Bunkered down in an abandoned army training camp on the outskirts of Copenhagen is Lars von Trier's Zentropa Studios, a guerrilla cell of cinema. A guerrilla cell with a golf cart, that is. Von Trier seldom leaves Denmark due to a bizarre assortment of phobias and anxieties, so I've tracked him down here at this abandoned military base he calls home. Now, personally, I have a rather conflicted relationship with von Trier's films. Some of them I really like. I was a big fan of Antichrist, which was ludicrously dubbed the most shocking movie ever made a couple of years ago. I very much admire Dogville, which got career best performances from Nicole Kidman and Paul Bettany. And I'm a fan of his new film, Melancholia, which is basically a low-key character drama about the end of the world. But he's also made films that I absolutely hate. For example, Breaking the Waves, or more pertinently, The Idiot, which got me thrown out of the Cannes Film Festival for heckling the screen in very bad French. Well, von Trier got himself thrown out of Cannes recently for telling a packed press conference that he was a bit of a Nazi. An outrageously ill-judged joke referring to the fact that he was raised in a Jewish family and is proud of his Jewish heritage, but learnt at his mother's deathbed that his biological father was actually German. Unsurprisingly, von Trier has been apologising for and attempting to explain away the offence he caused ever since. But isn't this just another example of him being a provocateur, a prankster? And just how seriously can we take anything that Lars von Trier says?
The earth is evil. We don't need to grieve for it. What? Nobody will miss it.
At the very beginning of the film, we see the end of the world. The film starts with the end of the world. There is then a very striking juxtaposition between that and the fact that we then cut to a wedding, which of course is meant to be the beginning of something.
You look glowing today. Never seen you look so happy.
The world the film describes is something that's quite atypical for me. It's high class, it's wealthy people. That's my problem with the film, is that suddenly when you have a fantastic castle, fantastic garden, people in tuxedos and in bridal dresses, then everything all of a sudden tends to look like a commercial. I called it double cream.
I thought you really wanted this, but I do. What star is that? The red one?
I don't know. The underlying atmosphere of everything is, this is all going nowhere, this is all going to end, and it's all going to end badly.
When I look around and look at works of art that I like, they all contain melancholia to some point. I would describe it as being the salt you put in the food. You know, if you forgot to put melancholia in, then you have to have some melancholia at the table to put it in to make it become a real dish.
What a load of crap. For those who don't know who I am, I'm Claire and Justin's mother. Justin, if you have any ambition at all, it certainly doesn't come from your father's side of the family. Yes. I wasn't at the church. I don't believe in marriage. Claire, who I've always taken for a sensible girl, you arranged a spectacular party. Till death do us part, and forever and ever, Justin and Michael. I just have one thing to say. Enjoy it while it lasts.
I see it as more a film about a state of mind or a mental condition than a disaster film in that sense. And I think that, or anyway, my experience from my depression was that the whole world got depressed. Not the people in the world, but that the whole world changed.
There are certain themes in Melancholia that are very closely mirrored in Antichrist. The idea that nature is Satan's church, the idea that's said explicitly in Melancholia that the earth is, wicked and evil. But those ideas are there.
I'm just laughing because this is supposed to be kind of something that should drag people into the cinema. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, well, the musical numbers are great as well, and the special effects are terrific. I mean, you know these things are in the film.
Yeah, they are there. Yeah, I'm sorry. But I can't really tell you why. But of course, they are both about my mental condition. I think it's very cruel to put us here and make us know that we're going to die, and make us know that whatever step we take will be evil in one way or another, and let's, plants and animals have a war on each other. I played around with the idea that this was the only life and would forever be the only life. And that made it not only melancholic, but also interesting in a strange way.
Darling, this is going to be the most amazing experience we will have in our lives. It will be here in 5 days, and it is not going to hit us. Just like it didn't hit Mercury, as we knew it wouldn't. And it didn't hit Venus, as we well knew it wouldn't. And it won't hit Earth, as we know it won't. Claire, look at me. Sweetheart, you have to trust the scientists.
I have always thought, with things that you say in public, that I always am inclined to take them with a pinch of salt, because I think a lot of the time you say things, you don't actually mean what it is that you say. Why did the can thing happen, and how does it now sit?
First of all, it hit me much stronger than I expected.
What, afterwards?
Afterwards, yeah. I am better one-to-one, or one-on-one, or whatever it's called, because then if I say I'm a Nazi, you will say, what do you mean? Which would help me tremendously.
Okay. What did you mean?
By I'm a Nazi?
Yeah.
The whole thing came from the fact that my father, the father with a sperm, he was German. So the joke was that I was not a Jew, I was a Nazi, which of course is he was not a Nazi, he was a freedom fighter in Denmark, so that was nonsense. Which it was not a joke about Holocaust. Come on.
No, it was a joke about you.
It was a joke about me, and kind of I feel very Jewish, and for me to that anyone should to see that it was anti-Semitic would kind of hurt me.
I have to say, when I heard you say, I didn't think for 1 minute you are a Nazi.
No.
I don't think you're a Nazi.
No, I don't think either.
No, but not at all. But I think
Yeah.
I think you do say things in public sometimes that you shouldn't say.
Yeah. Yeah, but then I shouldn't talk in public. Yeah. But that's what I'm doing right now.
Exactly.
But press conferences are worse because you can't come in and say what you just said.
Sure. Well, Lars, I'll finish on this. I haven't met you before, and I've seen all your films, and I said some of them I've loved, some of them I've hated.
Yeah.
And I have always thought that everything you say in public, I don't know whether I believe any of that. The interesting thing is, actually, having now spent an hour or so with you, I do think that you are sincere.
Well, then I'm I've manipulated you.
You have, exactly.
Yeah, yes.
See how you did that?
My task. That is my job.